Hey, Bulls Nation, it's your girl Queen Chilmo coming at you with our after the game, post game report of the season opener of our beloved Chicago Bulls as we took on the Philadelphia 76ers in our opening game of the season in Philly. Now, going into this game, I was calling this the mirror game. And the reason why I was calling this a mirror game is because we had our team, our Chicago Bulls. We're rebuilding at this time, and we're playing against a team in Philadelphia who is one of the teams who's most recently come off a rebuild and has been successful with their rebuild. In their rebuild, they were able to identify Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons as their franchise players, if you will. They've done a phenomenal job of putting players together around them that complement their game and bring out the best in their game. And they've grown from a team that was constantly picking first in the draft to a team that has a legitimate shot of winning the conference. And so they're where we ultimately want to be when the rebuild is said and done. Now, getting to the game itself, we knew going in that we will be without Markkanen and Valentine, but Kris Dunn got scratched earlier in the day as a personal scratch due to the birth of his son. So congratulations to the Dunn family on the new addition. And with that, that meant Cameron Payne got the start tonight. The game got off to a pretty good start for our Bulls. We came out firing on all cylinders. But it was for naught as the Philadelphia 76ers ended up taking the victory 127-108 in the opening night game for our team, their second game. But let's talk about it. We got off to a great start. Bobby Portis and Zach LaVine picked up where they left off in not summer league, season in preseason. Goodness, and continued to be the scores that they showed they were throughout preseason. The team as a whole came out pretty good. We were clicking on all cylinders in that first quarter, finished with 41 points, which I believe was a team record, as we shot 60% and 55% from three-point range. Despite the loss, there were some bright spots, Zach LaVine being one of them, finishing the night with 30 points, 5 boards, 3 assists, and 3 blocks. And Bobby Portis, as I mentioned before, continued to do his thing as he finished the night with a double-double of 20 points and 11 rebounds. But one of the things I really took away from this game, and one of the positive signs that I saw, was from Zach LaVine. He talked at length all off-season about how he wanted to develop not only into one of the best players in the game, but develop into a great leader. And despite the fact that our guys were getting it handed to him, he continued to play hard. He continued to play with effort throughout this game. He was basically just playing the game and not the score. And that's what I like. That's what I like about Zach tonight. I like the fact that he continued to play with effort and continue to play hard, despite the fact that the team struggled mightily after that first quarter to score and defend throughout. That's something that should be seen as a positive, because he's trying to develop himself into being the leader of this team. And as a leader of this team, when the times get tough and adversity comes about, that's not the time to quit. You got to keep fighting. You got to keep playing hard. You got to keep playing through it. And he did just that. It didn't result in a comeback or anything like that. But I definitely like the fact that he kind of had a no-quit mentality, or I'm just going to keep playing hard to the end. And Bobby Portis, as always, continued to bring the energy in this one and showcase his shooting ability. But the game was for naught. As I stated earlier, kind of went back and forth in that second quarter. Philadelphia ended up with a 65-58 lead at the half, and then came out of the third quarter on a 17-0 run, and that pretty much did it for the game from that point forward. I mean, Chicago did at some point in that second half go on a 12-0 run to cut the lead down to 15 points, but I don't believe we got any closer than that from that point forward, as it pretty much was a wrap for our guys in that game after all that took place in the third quarter. But with this being the first game of the season, that meant it was a first for a few guys on the team. So this was officially the first game for Jabari Parker, the hometown kid, as a Chicago Bull. He came off the bench in this one as well. Finished the game with 15 points on, as well as pulling down 5 rebounds in the game tonight. But the story of the game turned out to be our Achilles heel, the defense. And I know you guys are tired of hearing me talking about defense. I'm tired of talking about it, to be honest with you. But if I'm gonna do a post-game report, I've got to talk about what happened in the game. And what happened in the game was we didn't play defense. Despite the fact that we got off to an excellent start from the field in that first quarter, keep in mind, Philadelphia still shot the ball extremely well in that first quarter as well. And Joel Embiid came out and took it to our young pup, Wendell Carter Jr. I mean, he was going at him as a veteran should when you're playing against a rookie. He was very physical with Wendell tonight. And he got where he wanted and what he wanted in that first quarter. And Philadelphia as a team shot the ball pretty well. Both teams shot the ball pretty well in that first quarter. But the Achilles heels, the defense that we struggled with, we continue to struggle with tonight. We struggled in the communication area of the defense. We struggled getting back in transition. And, it's like Fred Hoiberg said in his post game, we got to do a better job of communicating on the defensive end. But it's also got to start with us being committed to it. We ended up giving up 46 points in the paint and 20 points in transition. So the good thing about the regular season in the NBA is that you get an opportunity to redeem yourself. So hopefully it'll be better in the next game. This was also first for our rookies. Wendell Carter Jr. finished with 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 block. Chandler Hutchison only played the final 2 minutes of the game and took 1 shot and did not score. But yeah, that face says it all, y'all. Wendell got it handed to him tonight. I mean, he didn't have any embarrassing moments like getting, the dunked on moment that welcomes you to the NBA, or someone crossing him over and taking him to the floor. He didn't have any of that kind of moment, but he got welcomed to the NBA big time tonight with the physicality of Joel Embiid. Moving on to the next segment of the show. The king of the court, that honor tonight will go to the other team, Ben Simmons, as he wrapped up this game with a triple-double. Finished the night with 13 points, 13 points, 11 assists, and 13 rebounds. He was able to pretty much get to his spots as well. Watching Philadelphia play the other night against Boston and seeing how they took things away from the 76ers, it was the complete opposite tonight, as he pretty much got whatever he wanted, and so did his teammates. But have no fear, Bulls fans, Bulls Nation. We get an opportunity to redeem ourselves. Our our home opener will take place this Saturday, October 20th, 7 p.m. at the UC. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up. As always, I want to thank you all for checking out the channel. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Good night, and God bless.